Hello again. Welcome to another session of macro analysis. اليوم بدنا نحكي عن الجولدن كروس والديث كروس. نسمع عنهم كتير بس خلينا نشوفهم لايف اون شارت نفهم مزبوط شو بيعنوا وكيف بيشتغلوا لأنه عم بسمع كتير فيدباك من ناس بتنطر تو تريد دوز. خلينا نفهم أول شي كيف بيتصرفوا وعلى أساسه بنقدر نعمل better decisions. بس we jump into the crosses, the golden and the death, let's look at this beautiful chart. Actually, this is Bitcoin on the weekly. And this is again, when we're trading the market or when we're analyzing the market, أنا دايما نتذكر إنه نحن we're trading human emotions. So في عنا probabilities ما في شيء 100%، بس في based on history the more likely outcome, the more likely probability. من هون بيجينا the trading ideas where probabilities, if we understand them, may come or may tick towards our side شوي أكتر من a 50-50 rate. So this trading idea, which is the ideal buy for any investor, is when we have the 30-day week moving average, which is in yellow here. This is the 30-week moving average. وإذا بننتبه قديش قريبة هيدي الشارت وقديش حلوة. How to trade this أو كيف فينا when the best place to buy. مثل ما شايفين نحن on the weekly Bitcoin formed a local top white line مثل ما شايفينه هون على الشارت. سو نحن اللي بدنا اياه بهيدي الشارت وننطر البريك اوت والكونفرميشن هي لما هيدا البرايس يطلع معنا لفوق وايت لاين ريتستس. سو فوق الوايت لاين is A مثل ما شايفين هون. when we retest is B and this would be the best buy when we retest any breakout. So دايما بدنا ننطر confirmation and then according to this model we will go higher. So this would be the best case scenario to buy. This doesn't mean that this will happen, but this is a very interesting scenario where we have a model to it and it just works perfectly here. So we have a better probability for us for this to happen. دايما بننطر confirmations، دايما بنتذكر هيدي الويكلي. So each candle is 1 week. This will take a little bit of time to play out if it's gonna play out this way. Again, if the price breaks the 30 days, then this move is technically invalid. خلص this move ما بقاش بيمشي حالها. If we break to the downside, then it's invalid. Okay, so let's keep an eye. Let's check. I thought this would be interesting. So let's check it out and see if it will play out. So let's jump into moving averages. What are moving averages? So in brief, moving averages are the average price due in a certain period of time. So نحن عم نحكي لما نقول golden cross و death cross، نحن دايما بالgolden cross وال death cross بدنا نطلع على 50 and the 200 day moving averages. So usually on days weeks كل ما بنطلع بالتايم فريم بيكون الكونفرميشن او الماجنتيود او الامباكت اعلى. الا بالmoving averages I have my own theory بس that is a subject for another day. What is a moving average? A golden cross. And what is a death cross? A golden cross is whenever the 50 day من هون بالحالة 50 moving average daily، هون عم نطلع عليهم عدد daily usually crosses the 200 day usually مثل هالحالة. So the moving average تبع 50 day لما بيعمل crossing the 200 day usually based on a golden cross we expect a jump to the upside. So to give an example, a golden cross is whenever we cross from the 50 crosses, 50 is in orange, 200 is in red. So the 50 crosses the 200 is a golden cross and usually the price مثل ما شايفين هون we crossed one. This is the scenario and the price moves up. Death cross هو العكس، لما ال 50 day crosses the 200 to the downside بيكون عندنا price action usually goes to the downside. Okay, so this is a very perfect example to analyze the 50 the golden cross and the death cross. خلينا نطلع هون again. This is, I marked this date here. We had a death cross, the 50 orange line, the 50-day moving average crossed the 200-day moving average on the daily to the downside, and the price is on انتبه هالسegment كلها went all the way down. Okay, and on another hand هون عندنا a golden cross, 50 crosses 200 to the upside, and the price goes up again. Death cross here, price moves down. Golden cross here, price moves up. أكيد مش 100%، في عنا exceptions. أوقات بيكون في عنا fake outs مثل هون where the 50 crossed the 200. Okay, so the price was supposedly should have gone up، بس شو عمل؟ It crashed. Usually whenever we have a black swan event ممكن to overcome or override a certain move. مثل ما انتبهنا هون البلاك سوان event كان ال COVID crash, so we wicked down, invalidated the death cross. بس هون it was invalidated. بس again, as soon as the market went back from the shock of the COVID, we created another golden cross and the price went up. Okay, so this is the golden cross and the death cross. That's every time you hear a golden cross and a death cross. So in general, the golden cross should go higher, and whenever we have a death cross, we should go lower, or the highly outcome is to go lower. So in this case, we're gonna check where are we today. So where are we today? Most probably you've heard and know we've had a golden cross not so long ago, right? So the thing is, we had a golden cross here, okay, where the price should have went up, right? But it didn't. What did the price do instead? Well, whenever I mark the golden cross in green, by the way, ever since the price the 50 days crossed the 200, the price went down, and it went down by 7.66% so far. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 days now. Okay, so ليش صار هيك؟ ليش هالمرة ما مشي البرايس up? Well, the thing is, I went back and examined so that we'd understand ليش عم بيصير هيك. I mark on this map or on this chart all the golden crosses or the most interesting ones that I could find. So خلينا نطلع شو عم بيصير. So in one instance, let's see here, for example, or let's go back to this chart and check the first example of a golden cross, which happened way long before, back when we had dinosaurs. So let's go back in history all the way to the beginning of times. All right, so here we have Bitcoin trading at $5. Was a little baby, and we had a golden cross, right? So what happened in this golden cross? Let's examine. Whenever we cross this, if you notice here, I'm gonna zoom in, the price actually dumped. It went from, let's make a move, let's measure this move. It went 32% in 8 days to the downside, and then traded sideways for around, let's say, 160 days. But the overall move in 192 days, we ended up moving 166% to the upside. So first 8 days we had 35% dump, but the overall move of 192 days, we went up 166%. Let's examine other instances of a golden cross and check the differences. So here, this is the chart. We want to see this one. Let's check this one. So yeah, back to our model. Honey, I've marked a couple of golden crosses. For instance, on the 23rd of April 2019, we had a golden cross. So what happened? First 1 2 3 days, in 2 days after the death cross, 3 days with the golden cross, sorry, we had a 11% dump. in 3 days, and then we moved sideways 14% up, and then the whole for 7 days 14% ish after like an 11%, so technically it equated itself, and then the whole move went up 158% for 54 days straight. Okay, so first 2 days we had a dump, 11%, 11.6% dump. Another example of a golden cross. On the 20th of May, we had a golden cross. This is the exact time where we had the golden cross. If you can see here, the orange cross, the green line. And for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, Bitcoin dumped 12.05%. Traded sideways for 57 days. And then in 27 days, it pumped 36%. So if I want to take the overall price action, Bitcoin pumped 43% in 89 days after the golden cross, but the first 5 days we had a 12% dump in price. Okay, let's take another example of a golden cross. This is another example. 14 September 2021, we had a golden cross. What happened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Okay, so in 7 days after the golden cross, 8 days overall, Bitcoin dumped 13.64% and then traded sideways for 9 days. And then after that, after 7 and 9, 16 days. After 16 days of dumpage, okay, Bitcoin moved for the next 42 days, 69.33%. Nice. And by the way, that was the all-time high back then. Yeah, 69,000. So in general, this is what's happening today. And by looking through history and throughout history, we understand that so far, Bitcoin, after the golden cross, we're in seven days. All right, so this is 7 days now. And Bitcoin has dumped 7.66%, which makes sense, right? We've seen 12, we've seen 13, we've seen 7, we've seen 10, we've seen 13 days after the golden cross. So technically, the majority or the most probable case scenario of a golden cross is to dump for 1 to 2 weeks after the golden cross happens, but the overall outcome within the next 90 days or 100 days is to have a bullish action or a bullish movement to the upside. So this would be a fair, good explanation on how to interact whenever we see a golden cross or a death cross, which is the voice. But I'll keep that to another death cross incidents to another video, because we're dealing with a golden cross now. We have a death cross on the weekly, which is pretty much imminent, but I'll keep that to another video. If you want to know about it, hit the like and just leave a comment. Thank you so much, and I hope this helped you in understanding the golden crosses, the death crosses, and how to think and what to expect. By the way, we've mentioned in the last video the trending line, which we retested now, and we're still doing really good. We're still testing. I have got some questions about what would this market or this FOD going on right now with the BUSD and Paxos minting. Will this affect the market? Any bad news will affect the market, but for a very short period of time. Every retracement we've had throughout history, every dumpage we have throughout history was because of some exchange collapsed, some FOD, news FOD, and usually those are very much and are very much intense when we're anywhere around the bottom. So this will only affect the market for a very little period of time and a very little magnitude. If you can see, after the FTX collapse and the free fall that Bitcoin did, now this is a BUSD, this is a BUSD effect, minting effect. This candle is a BUSD minting effect. So the impact to the downside is becoming less and less. bears are very much exhausted. So even the biggest black swans now would only affect the market so little. I mean, BUSD minting is kind of big. If it happened back here, then yes, we would have dumped really good, really lower. But as we can see, the sentiment in the market is kind of, Bitcoin is acting really good right now, even with all of this FUD. So if 1, 2, 3 weeks pass by without us breaking key levels of support, I think we are on our way to, you know, play this golden cross and be on our way to our next level of Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps, and cheers, stay safe, and definitely if you trade carefully. If you're an investor, you have nothing to worry about. We're in a very healthy market to buy. I mean, we want to buy when everything is at discount, and we're having great discounts. Have a great night, and I hope this one helps you. Cheers and peace.